Wake up. We're here. It's the BroadKarst. I almost turned down my mic. Hello. How is everybody doing? It's good to be here. We're back. Move the mic. I did as people asked, and I tried to dress up the background a bit. And by that I mean I added a fake plant that was in the other room, but now it's in here. I got a bubbler. I got a big cup of water, double bevved up. I'm in a good mood today, if you can't tell. I don't know why. But I was like excited to hop on today, and so we're gonna have a good ass time today, aren't we? So many beverages to choose from. I don't know which one to pick. Double fisting the bevs indeed. I want to say hello to everybody that's here. The first people that were here at least. Hello, Homer Simpson fan. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Again, first time. First chatter of the day. Homer Simpson fan. Good to see you here. Joseph, how's it going? Gus on the bus. Paper, Leo, Dylan Gonzalez, Pink Reboot, Tommy Brophy. Tomas, John, Act, Bushi, Soul, Maxwell. I'm sorry again for last week. Let's see. Abdel Rahman, Antonell, Will, Walter 3000. What do you mean your time got referenced by Fantano in his latest review? What do you mean time? That had me raising my eyebrows a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I read that and I was like, what could this person mean by that? Tuberts, how's it going? Lounge Gaming, ZJ13, How's it going, everybody? Good to see everybody here. Johannes, how's it going? Act, I don't know. It's good to be here. Critical Minutes Films. I'm going to go see the new PTA movie right now. You can see it. Throne of Blood. Saul Maxwell, the man you wronged last week. That Saul Maxwell. That sounds like a line in like a Western. Yeah, man. How is the job search going? It's going just fine. All right. Danish name. Sorry. That's all good. No, when it comes out. Oh yeah, me too. I got really excited because I saw the 70mm screenings and thought that I missed the deadline already to get tickets, and they have not even dropped the date yet. So I'm fine on that front. Karsten, you should rank all your BroadKarst watches on a list on Letterboxd. We did that a few weeks ago. We'll catch up this week. I forgot to do it last week, but like moving forward, we're going to be doing that. Also, I don't know what's going on here. I thought I made it so that the chat had a background. Wait. Live chat message. Oh, I see. Okay, wait. Let me try this. Will this mess everything up? Okay, it looks kind of weird now. Actually, that looks way worse. Let me go back. That's not good. Maybe white? Would white look cool? Nope. White. That's in, like so much worse. It's crazy. Anyway, sorry guys. I for the record am trying really hard. Transparent. Okay. I'm trying really hard to make this stream better. But it's really hard figuring all this shit out. There we go. There's me. Okay. Well, now it's just a big black box. Anyway. I know, I gotta update the list. Bear with me. Today's gonna be a fun day. Today we got a lot on the agenda. It's gonna be a packed day. We might even be on here for well after 3 hours. Today we're talking about Throne of Blood, as most of you know. I'm gonna move my face back because we missed the plant. We're talking about Throne of Blood today, the Akira Kurosawa movie. I'm very excited to talk about it, as it is one of his best. It was my first time watching it, and I was way more blown away than I expected to be, and there's much to say about it. We'll get into that in a second. If you're new here, that's kind of what we do here. We have a weekly film voted on by the chat, nominees picked by me, and we do a little discussion. We do a little open discussion. We talk about it, just to give like the most random movie some love, just to give it, its time in the spotlight for the week, because where else is it getting that at a time like now? So we're gonna be doing that. We also have a director's tier list on the horizon. We're finally doing it. It's been highly requested for weeks now. I know someone suggested one in the Discord. I went and found it. I added a lot of directors to it because it was missing a ton. I don't know how long that's going to take. It might take a second. So we might hop into things pretty soon here so that we have time for that. And then if we're feeling it, if we still have energy after that, we'll play some games. And by games, I mean Cine 2 Nerdle, maybe GeoGuessr. Honestly, I've been feeling GeoGuessr a lot recently. And it's easier for me to talk to you guys playing GeoGuessr than it is, with Cine 2 Nerdle. Because Cine 2 Nerdle, I need like all of my brain power. Okay, but anyway, how is everybody doing? Just getting situated here. That's going to be hilarious. What's going to be hilarious? Gaspar Noé S tier? Man, I don't know. Bit random to ask, but is there a film or films similar to Wes Anderson's work that you could recommend? Jacques Tati. Jacques Tati is he influenced Wes Anderson quite a bit. You'll find a lot of the same like quirks and a lot of the same whimsy and a lot of the same kind of underlying sadness and melancholy in his work. You'll even find some shots that maybe look strikingly similar to a lot of Wes Anderson's shots, and that's because he's directly referencing him in a lot. But yes, I recommend Tati. That's kind of the easiest one. I'm trying to think of someone else off the bat. But that's, yeah, I would start there. At least with, start with Mon Oncle, and then hop into Playtime, which is his masterpiece. Saw you logged Sorry Baby. Thoughts? That is true. Yes, I watched Sorry Baby this morning. Squeezed it in there. That one's been on the radar for a while. I ended up missing the theatrical run, which I'm a little bit bummed about, but you know, it is what it is. Really loved it, though. Really loved it. It's been a while since we've had a little quirky indie like this, right? At least one that's kind of soared as far as this has, you know? I mean, they got Lucas Hedges coming out of retirement for this, which is incredible. When he showed up, I was so happy, and he hasn't aged a day. He looks the exact same, and he's just as good as I remember him being. I miss him. He needs to be in more movies. I really liked it. Yeah, it had some like quirks that he did not retire. He hasn't worked, or hasn't been in anything big in a while. So in my head, he's retired because I'm like, where has he been? Is the Zodiac dude in Sorry Baby? Yes, he is. He's not creepy. He maybe like comes off like annoying at first, you could say, but like he's actually kind of a comfort character. Did the end make you cry too? Dude, I came close. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't expecting to. And then it kind of was getting to me the longer that scene goes on. I was just like, oh, geez, why is this? I don't know. You could just feel it. Like, I love it. It's always interesting watching a director direct themselves. You know, in this case, Eve Victor, I think is their name, was the director and star of the film. And you could just tell, like, how in control and how comfortable they are the entire film. It's like they're just kind of, like, able to get such a rawness out there, you know, and that's kind of what the movie feels like. It's just raw and real and very funny, and that's like kind of the stuff that didn't work on me as well. Was like I didn't think the humor was always in the right place. Like, so I know that like a lot of it is like learning how to laugh at through trauma, and which is, you know, certainly interesting and also certainly very true. But there were just some scenes where I was like, let's pull it back a little bit. Like we got something so, but then there's like other scenes that are silly and like that are like profound and disturbing that like is able to juggle all of that in one scene. And that's when I'm like, okay, this is fantastic. I'm speaking specifically about the mouse scene, which I won't spoil, but that was like, I was like, this is like what this movie's all about. Like, this is a fantastic scene. So raw and real, American Fiction reference. Unintentional, but unfortunately, yes, you're right. I saw a clip of you saying no one starts Kurosawa with dreams. I did. Dude, it's so funny how I said that, and I think on that stream, so many people were like, I started with dreams. I'm like, that's crazy. And the more I thought about it, I was like, you know, it's not a terrible, it's a nice way to ease you in, I suppose. But I think it was crazy to me because I was like, it hit so much better as like a kind of like career ender. And I know that's not even his final film. I feel like that's a lot of people think that's his final film. It's apparently not. His final one has Richard Gere in it, which is not talked about enough. But yeah, it's like honestly, there's not really a wrong place to start with him, if I'm going to be honest. They're all great. I mean, except for my actual first, which was Drunken Angel, which I said on the stream was a questionable start because it's like not one of his strongest, but like it still kind of captures his essence as a filmmaker. And I mean, it was a strange way to start, but it's only been uphill from there, I will say. There's that. My first Kurosawa was Ran. See, I don't recommend Ran only because I think seeing him use color after seeing him use black and white is like seeing color for the first time, basically, because it's just a new tool in his kit that he like hasn't, because he has such great control with black and white, you know, and he knows light and shadow so well, and he makes it look easy. He's like one of the only filmmakers where it's like he's making actual paintings in his movies with his cinematography. Like Throne of Blood, certainly. There's one shot where I just wanted to like pause it and look at it for like a while. I was like, this shit belongs in a museum, man. This is gorgeous. And so to like see him then switch to color, you're just like, what can he do, you know? And to be fair, that and Dreams are the only ones in color that I've seen. Which shot? It's like the final. I'm assuming we're comfortable to spoil this. It's the final shot where he's on the ground, dead with the arrows, and like the whole crowd is looking at him, and the like fog is kind of coming in. You know the shot. It's like the iconic shot. There were like, I was like looking at custom posters on Letterboxd for it, and one of them had that shot, and I was like, that's a spoiler, man. What are we doing? There's also another case of that in La Piscine, the swimming pool. This older French film, and one of the posters is just straight up like one of the biggest, you know, plot points in the film. I'm like, I was just like, why are we spoiling shit on the poster? Like, you can't do that. Damn, we just getting straight into spoilers. I mean, brother, it's Macbeth, and it's it's an old ass movie, and I've been saying we were gonna get into it for a while, so I kind of feel like it's, you know, comes with the territory. Shit's been out for 300 years, exactly. OMG, when I get paid next week, I will get Patreon on Letterboxd. So excited. It's a good way to spend that money. It's a fun little feature. Thoughts on Ackerman? Chantal Ackerman, I'm assuming. She's great. I added her manually to the director's tier list today because I was whoever made this. I don't know if it was if the person that sent it to me made it or if they just found it. But I was like, this is, and I know it's they title it the greatest directors tier rank or tier list, but I was like, we're missing some big ones here. We're missing a few essentials, and also, the Kevin Smith. Why? What? Throne of Peak, Anna Ackerman. I don't know who that is. Did you add James Gunn? Thoughts on Juno? I love Juno. It's great. I haven't seen it in a while. I have a weird. I was like, I think because of the Kimya Dawson soundtrack, which my mom used to play in the car when I was like a kid. And like the poster being like this fun, quirky, like orange and white stripes, and Michael Cera, and it was supposed to take place in Minnesota. I've always like when I was growing up, I wanted to see it so bad. I was like, that looks so fun. Like, that looks like such a fun movie. And my mom was like, you like, we're not letting you see this. And I was like kind of mad, and I'm still kind of mad because it was PG-13, but she was like, I read somewhere that it was like one F word away from being rated R. And so she was like, you can't see it. And I was like, but I was 13. I was like, I just turned 13. I can see Juno. And now that I've seen it, I'm like, I don't really know what she was on about. I'm like, what's so bad about Juno? Like, I feel like it's if anything, kind of an informative film. It's a nice kind of quirky, lighthearted way to talk about teen pregnancy. I don't really know what she was on with that one, but I was like, I thought it was fine for a 13-year-old. Favorite Bresson? Dude, I have such a soft spot for L'Argent. Which, you know, maybe I need to rewatch it or something, but I mean, I think that's his best one. I love how it just spirals, you know? I mean, it feels like one of the few Bressons that really has some like movement, you know? Usually his stuff is very kind of like cut and dry. We're stuck here. and like the movement is happening very subtly, but like L'Argent, I'm like, shit's just like getting worse and worse, and for some reason I just really like that. I also like that it's in color. I think he's another filmmaker who, he's not the most visually striking out there. Don't get me wrong, he's no Kurosawa. But I just think his stuff looks good. Are you hyped for Begonia? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm starting to get more hyped. I had to kind of like, come back a bit because we were a bit, at least myself, I was a bit overexposed to Yorgos there. Even though I've liked everything he's been making, I was like, I hope this is like kind of different. And based on everything I've been hearing, I'm like, it seems like it's going to be a special one. So I'm very excited. Do you think Boogie Nights is better than There Will Be Blood? I do. I mean, that's valid. It's, yeah, like, a lot of people are probably going to disagree with that, but, like, I don't know. It's a different kind of beast. Like, There Will Be Blood is him honing in on, like, the kind of new style that he's still kind of playing around with today, although I would argue he's maybe, like, in a new era now. But, like, of that very, like, character-driven stuff, I mean, There Will Be Blood is kind of the peak. Although I will say, I think The Master is pretty close. But Boogie Nights is back when he was still trying to be Scorsese a little bit, but like still his own. Like you could just see how hungry he is in Boogie Nights, and it's also just really fun. So I'm like, that's valid. That's valid. Boogie Nights is probably the best of that era. Let me think about that actually. Because, yeah, I wouldn't call Punch Drunk Love the same. That's, like, when he made the jump. Also, Phantom Thread, that's kind of the best one, actually. Dude, I don't know. He's just got so many good movies. I'm so curious how One Battle After Another is going to end up. Because, like, it does seem different. It seems interesting. I also haven't read the book it's based on, so Phantom Thread versus Punch Drunk. It's it's always such a funny, competition because they're both like who I didn't come up with this myself, but a long time ago I heard someone describe it as like, Punch Drunk Love is about someone getting stronger through love, and Phantom Thread's about someone getting weaker. And that's obviously not entirely the case with either. Like they're more nuanced than that, but they're an interesting like two sides of the same coin type of thing. It's probably Phantom Thread, honestly, though. I mean, Phantom Thread, you could tell he's a much more mature filmmaker by that point. Magnolia is my favorite of his. That's certainly an opinion as well, and I love Magnolia. It's not my favorite, but like I think that's the wonderful film about this guy's, or the wonderful thing about this guy's filmography is like he's, each of his films hit different for different people. Like, an opinion, maybe not Hard 8. I don't know if is it Hard 8 anybody's favorite PTA movie? Because now that's interesting. That's an interesting person. I have not finished Andor, by the way. Because of and you guys are probably just as annoyed about it as my roommate, who's like a huge Andor fan. Also, my roommate, I don't know if I can say this actually. I don't know if I can say this. Never mind, I'm not gonna say this. Is Inherent Vice anyone's favorite? Absolutely. There's some Inherent Vice diehards out there. Like, for the people, it's so distinct, too, that, like, if it clicks for you, it, like, really clicks. I'm not that guy. But, again, there's those people. Anyway, I have not finished Andor yet because August was crazy, and I was going to talk about that a little bit. Like, August was a bit... Like, I watched a lot of movies in August, and almost all of them, with the exception of, I guess, Sorry Baby Today and Blue Sun Palace last night, I think that's what it's called, in Cloud. Everything I watched was for the channel, which is for work. Like, everything was basically like assigned to me. I don't know if you guys have noticed my Letterboxd activity recently. I've been doing the fan favorites videos or the fan favorites movies, which was a donation perk for my GoFundMe thing, where if you donate a certain amount, I'll watch your favorite movie and I'll do a video talking about all of them. I've been doing that this week. So anyway, I've been doing that on top of the Best Picture nominees, winners, on top of finishing out the Mission Impossible stuff, on top of doing BroadKarst films, which is only one film a month or week. It's not that bad. It's just been like I've had like a busy movie watching schedule, which has left no room for Andor. I watched one episode of Andor this month, and I really liked it, and it's getting so good. It's like really getting good. And I'm like, September I'm going to have TIFF, but like in that time I will finish Andor. So just to give you guys some transparency. I've just been thinking though, I'm like, there is such a thing. And I thought about this at the end of December when people were posting all their Letterboxd stats. There is such a thing as watching too many movies. And I'm not complaining. It's the best gig in the world. I have the luckiest job in the world. It's an amazing gift and I love it. It never gets old. But it is like, I sometimes wish that I could only watch one film that day and then just kind of sit with it and like digest it. And because I'm watching some bangers, man. And then I got to like jump into another banger. Like that's just a lot, Festivals are easier because you don't really know what you're getting into. And you'll watch like a banger that you didn't know was going to be amazing. And then you can like, and you watch something like kind of mediocre, and then you're like, well, at least I can like. It's somehow easier to swallow. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest. It's been a busy month, and I can't wait to get back to just like watching some bullshit for no reason. I'm just saying, if you think you gotta cram in movies, don't. Like once a day is enough. Thoughts on Blue Sun Palace? Loved it. Thought it was great. It doesn't have the. I was worried at first. I was like, it's kind of coming off like Diet Simon Lang, and I'm not just saying that because his main guy is in it. Also, he gets to talk, which is unlike. I feel like I never get to hear that actor like speak because Simon Lang's always fucking making him just walk around. But it turned out to be its own thing and like had a really it was really quietly devastating. I mean, when things go bad in that movie, they hurt because the rest of it is just so warm and kind of exists in its own bubble. And I just thought it was a really interesting take on the coming to America, chasing the American dream experience. I really enjoyed it. And another like crazy debut. Like for a debut, that's pretty damn impressive. Thoughts on Wes's epic fall off? You're asking the wrong guy, brother. I made a whole video on why he's actually been cooking this whole time. And even the movie that I wasn't hot on when I first saw it, The Phoenician Scheme, I ended up coming around to. I'm a big Wes defender. The only thing I'll get on board with the rest of the Wes haters is that I do wish he was still using like a soundtrack. Like I wish he went back to using like indie rock songs in his films because I thought that added a lot. And he doesn't do that anymore. So ban that guy. We're not gonna ban that guy unless he's weird. We're not gonna ban that guy. I wanna make this an open space, for crazy opinions like that. That's like there. I've read much crazier shit in this chat today. Other than that. Okay, what was I gonna read? What's your favorite Tarkovsky? Mine is Mirror. It might just be Mirror, actually. Yeah, Mirror might be my favorite. Though I'll admit I haven't seen like a lot of his movies, so not the best guy to ask. But Mirror is pretty special. What did you think of Companion? I still haven't seen it. That's one I still haven't seen. I'm probably gonna watch. Now that like August is over and we're heading into like fall, the thick of the fall movie season. I am gonna be doing some major catch up, which includes Companion and 28 Years Later, And I'm going to watch Honey Don't. I know people are shitting on it, but I'm going to give it an honest to God chance. I didn't like Drive Away Dolls that much, but man, we're going to give it a chance, all right? Tarkovsky is the ultimate sleep medicine. This is what I'm saying, bro. That is like, we should ban that guy. Like, we're not, that's a crazy take. It's not crazy, you know, but like, it's just offensive. It's like, we're walking into the film stream saying stuff like that. We're not going to ban him, but when will you watch Andrei Rublev? Soon. That's the one that I still need to see. Favorite Noah Baumbach film that he's directed. I mean, it's probably Marriage Story. I haven't seen Greenberg and like one other, but like of what I've seen, Marriage Story is kind of him operating at his peak. When will you wear wigs? When we go full hair loss mode. But right now I'm fighting for my life. It's actually not that bad on the topic of hair loss. I mean, it used to be worse, but I've been on some shit and it's actually been getting better. So shout out. There is hope out there if you hop on it. Jay Kelly can be his next gem. I think Jay Kelly's going to be very special, yeah. I've already talked about it a little bit, and I'm not going to exhaust that, having not even seen it yet, but just let it go, man. Dude, no. I mean, like, if it's really bad, if it gets to that point where you can't recover, then yeah, I'll go bald. But, like, I care about my hair. I was going to say I like my hair, but that's taking it a step too far. I kind of hate my hair sometimes, but Wildy Gamer, thank you for the super chat. Watch Happy Gilmore 2. That's also on the ketchup, for sure. I'm going to like that message. I can't like that message. I gave it a heart. On the topic of super chats, yeah, if you want your question answered, guaranteed, if you're someone that just like needs to know that answer, and of course it depends. I have the right to refuse certain questions, but you should leave a super chat. It's a great way to support the channel and to get your question answered. Also consider being a member of the community if you're looking to also support the channel that way. I'm trying to think of some like real ass quirks we can have. Perks for the membership that we don't really have right now, but I don't know. We'll figure that out. I've seen Black Bag. I loved Black Bag. Black Bag is one of my, it's top 10 right now. If I was a dude, I would take the pilgrimage to Turkey to save my hairline. Hair is everything. Dude, like, yeah, like, hair is important, man. It's important. Like, respect to the bald community. You know, all love. I think some people look amazing bald. Like, some people, I'm like, you're born for that. You're born to be bald. But, like, myself, I've shaved my head, you know, a handful of times. And, 2 times. Really. And it's not a good look. It's really not. What are you drinking? I'm drinking a bubbler. The alternative to Celsius. That's what my sister's calling it. Northern Lion was born to be bald. Yeah, he pulls it off. What's his name? Jason Statham. He's bald. Mickey 17 worth watching? Absolutely. Yeah, that's a definitely worth watching. Especially for this year. This year's been it is going to pick up. But with the exception of like Sinners and Mickey 17 and Black Bag. What else? Like, it's been kind of a slow year. I was telling my girlfriend this, and I think I've actually brought this up on stream before, but it was a vibeless summer. It was a truly vibeless summer. And that's why, like, depression has been so out there, is because, like, we're lacking a vibe. We don't know what our thing is right now. I'm not saying Brat Summer was, like, the thing last summer, but there was more of a thing going on. I don't know what it was. What's this summer? Eddington? It ain't Eddington summer, man. Weapons summer? You know it wasn't Superman summer, at least for me. But like materialist summer, like what? To be fair, I'm trying to remember what last year's movie was. But last year had like a thing, you know? I don't know. F1, like F1 was good. I fucked with F1, certainly. It did feel like it kind of went away too fast. Like I thought we stopped talking about it. Challengers, yes. Challengers. Substance was the fall. Yeah, this summer was, and this is fine. This is fine. Not every summer can be a hit, but this one was like kind of a wash. I'll be honest. At least for me. I thought it was a kind of whatever summer. But maybe I just did it wrong. Challengers was April, but that's what I'm saying. Like it seeped into the summer. We're still kind of feeling it. It's still in the air. It was so in the air, it kind of overshadowed Queer. Favorite Tarantino? It's funny you asked that on a week like this week, because I just rewatched Inglourious Bastards a couple nights ago. That might be the one. I think that's the one. It's a fantastic movie. It's so good. It like, dude, it felt like watching it for the first time all over again, even though every scene, it's so funny because it's like I haven't seen it since high school, and yet every single scene in it was like so scarred in my brain from when I first saw it that like it was all so recognizable, and I was like, oh wait, this is iconic. This is iconic. Now this one's like every single scene is its own little masterpiece. Like he builds them out that way, and it's like just a seamless 2 hours and a half of straight heat with like the most satisfying ending ever. And it's like you could tell it's angry, like it's an angry film, but it's like still so playful, and like it dabbles in all of his usual quirks. It's the same kind of like historical fiction thing that he's doing in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but like this, he's really like honing in on it. He doesn't like get carried away like he always does, bro. I need to rewatch Django Unchained because I also love Django Unchained. And like, that's, you know, I love that one too. But like Inglourious Bastards is a great movie. I was kind of surprised at how much I liked it. I was like, wow, this is way better than I remember it being. And I liked it a lot when I first saw it. Once Upon a Time is great. Once Upon a Time has aged like fine wine, and I still really love it and consider it like neck and neck for his best. But I don't know. Inglourious Basterds just has a little bit more like he's a little bit more locked in. You know, he's not too loose with it. You should make a Film Bro movie or Film Bro video. Yes, I've been wanting to make that for a while. I have a lot to say on the matter. I got love for the Film Bros. I think it's been the term means nothing anymore, and there's a lot to say about the evolution of the term. I don't have love for the Film Bros, but like there's like a, you know, they're misunderstood. You willing to change the list of favorites? Of course, yeah. I'll update it over time. That's in the title, brother. It's always changing. I feel like Film Bros have kind of died now. It's just TikTok movies. I mean, that's the thing. I can't even really speak on that as I'm not on TikTok. But I know what you mean. Like, everything's kind of just been like lumped together into like vibe movies. But like, I really can't speak on whatever TikTok movies are because I try playing catch up every now and then with what's going on over there, and I have no idea. I was thinking about making something on the performative male thing. I know it's kind of out the door, but like I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm like, what are performative male movies? And it's not like what you think. We're not talking Lady Bird here. We're talking like We're talking like Fallen Angels. Like that's a performative male movie. But I'm trying to think. I literally just kind of was thinking about it in the shower an hour ago. So like we can't really get into it right now. But just it's been on the mind. Tomas, thank you for the super chat. Would you consider making a video ranking of every Best Picture ever? That would be interesting because so many of those films are totally forgotten. Yes. It was certainly on the mind when I made this other Best Picture video. I think I would, because I think it would be a bit much for both myself and as a video to clump all of it together. I've considered maybe like breaking it up into series and be like, you know, every Best Picture winner of the 90s, and doing it in groups of 10 is kind of more manageable and interesting. And then it's like, if people want, you could just watch them all together as like a big thing. But like, it would be much more enjoyable and, like I said, manageable to just kind of do it over time like that. But yeah, I certainly do want to watch the rest of them. It would just obviously take time. Do the director's tier list. I know we probably should get into the director's tier list. We might kick things off with that one before getting into Throne of Blood, if that's cool with everybody, just because it's like kind of fresh on the mind. We've been talking for a while now. I should probably get into it. Who would you like to direct your biopic? I don't know. It's a silly question to answer. I'm trying to think of like the funnest. Oh my God, what's his name? Oh, the Coen Brothers, dude. They know Minnesota. When are you doing the poll for next week's film? I have to go soon. We usually do it kind of near the end, but we could start it now and let it run throughout the stream. Yeah, let me start it now. Because I have a few ideas for next week's movie that I wanted to put out there. It's so funny. Someone in the Discord kind of predicted this, even though I came up with this before. But I wanted to add a Friedkin to the list because I rewatched The Exorcist and was like, I'm behind. I need to catch up. And so I'm putting down The French Connection. I have seen it, but like barely. And so I want to like give it a good, thorough watch. I'm putting in The French Connection. I was going to put in Close Encounters of the Third Kind because I've never seen it. And I also wanted to pitch Gosford Park, as I've never seen it, and it's an essential Altman film. And then I wanted to leave up some recommendations for chat if anyone had any recommendations for what we watch next week. I've already seen Midnight Cowboy. I love Midnight Cowboy. I'm actually keyword might be directing a music video for someone I'm using Midnight Cowboy as a reference. And it would be very fun. I really hope it happens. Brazil, Paper Moon is a good suggestion, actually. We should watch a Godard. I agree we should watch a Godard. Maybe not this week. I'm not feeling Godard this week. But I'm going to put that in my back pocket. We should watch more Mike Lee. True. Any Michael Mann? The ones I haven't seen yet, I'm not like Manhunter. I haven't seen that one. Saving Private Ryan, I've never seen. Birth by John. Dude, yes. Actually, yes. I'm gonna put that in there. Okay. Let me. I'm gonna start the poll. Next week's movie. I'm gonna suggest The French Connection. No, I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan. It's one of my big ones. I'm going to say Birth. I'm going to say I've already seen All About Lily Shoo Shoo. I love it. It would be a fun one to talk about, admittedly, but like I kind of want to watch something I haven't seen. The Match Factory Girl. That's such a random suggestion, but I've also already seen it, but I love it. I'm I'm going to say Gosford Park. We're not doing Crash. An Elephant Sitting Still? I don't want to have to do that quite yet, man. If that's the one I'm thinking of, I don't want to do that yet. That's a bit much. Dude, I'll throw in Brazil. People have been wanting Brazil for a while. Through the Lens, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm locking it in. We'll see what gets voted on by the end. Oh shit! God damn it! I feel like I'm okay to say this. I'm going to TIFF, and I'm trying to get a few interviews. You know, I'm trying to like interview a few people, and I was gonna try and get Brian Cox. I couldn't get it. I'm bummed. Can you imagine how good that would have been? Logan Roy himself. But it's not going to happen. Some other people might happen, but would go hard. I'd be like, Brian, you got to check out my podcast, Suck Off. I think you would love it. Mr. Cox, please listen to Suck Off. I'm curious, how expensive is TIFF? It is only like a little bit less expensive than Cannes, I will say. It's annoying, man. I mean, like, finding a place to stay around TIFF is pretty difficult, at least in my experience. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Also, just because I've never done this before, I'm driving there this time. I'm not doing the flight, which will be fun. I get to see Michigan. I'm actually going to get to drive. We're driving through. No, we're not. Never mind. But yeah, I get to see rural Canada, which I'm looking forward to. Will they post the interviews? Yeah, I mean, that's my interviews. They'll be like shorts on my channel. The fuck you're driving? I mean, I'm driving from Chicago, not from LA. But tier list. Yes, we're going to do the tier list. Okay, let's get into this tier list situation. It's going to be long. It's going to be chunky. But let me just make sure everything looks okay. One second. Oh, Jesus. Give me one moment. Bro, why? Oh, yeah, that's working. Chrome. Yeah. Okay, we're cooking now. Okay. And then me. And voila, we're back. Okay, this is the director's tier list. Again, highly requested, long awaited, very big. These are all the directors. I started adding people after Gaspar Noé, so, you know, I added Noah Baumbach. I know people say it's greatest film directors tier list, like greatest of all time. Sorry, I know you can't see it. But I was like, let's have more fun with it. Let's add like new faces, and let's add some women. There were like no women on this list, and I'm like, you're missing some essentials, man. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. As you can see here are the these are the categories. GOAT, self-explanatory. Born to Do This, very good, but just below GOAT. Makes good movies, just plain and simple. Makes good movies. Gets the job done. Also pretty self-explanatory. Whatever. These are just filmmakers who I feel kind of completely neutral about. I mean, we'll change it to neutral because whatever sounds kind of negative. Find a New Gig is just straight up stop doing this. Stop doing this. There's to be fair, there's not going to be a lot of directors in that tier. Like I respect pretty much not all, but like most filmmakers. I'm like, it's a tough gig. It's a very hard gig. But some people, I'm just like, we're not meant to do this. And then not familiar, haven't seen enough. Pretty self-explanatory. Some of these lads, I might need some help naming. I can't recognize all of their faces, but we're gonna go through this pretty quickly. Ang Lee, I feel pretty neutral about. I've only seen The Life of Pi. I still haven't seen Brokeback Mountain. I don't want to hear it. We're gonna move on. J.J. Abrams. Now this is when we need a category in between neutral and find a new game. Because I wouldn't say I'm like neutral on J.J. Abrams. I don't think anyone's neutral and normal about J.J. Abrams. But he's like, you know, I don't think he should find a new gig. I think he can do it when he needs to. I mean, I'm going to probably, I think he's going to go in neutral, to be honest. I'm a bit of a J.J. Abrams defender from time to time. Woody Allen, you're starting off real hot here. Woody Allen, I admittedly, he's not the only, creep and horrible person on this list. And there's like other horrible people on this list who have directed very good movies. That said, I just like haven't seen enough Woody Allen. Like I haven't seen a lot of his essentials. I've only seen Annie Hall. And so I honestly I can't even, this is not a cop-out. I will have weird takes later on. I'm just like, I haven't seen enough Woody Allen to genuinely put him anywhere on this list. Yeah, I haven't seen Midnight in Paris. I'm behind. I'm behind on the Woody. Darren Aronofsky. Is this really Darren Aronofsky? He looks he looks like Steve Jobs. Yeah, Darren Aronofsky. I mean, he makes good movies. It's kind of between makes good movies and gets the job done. When he misses, he misses. I'm seeing Caught Stealing tomorrow, so like I gotta see. New gig. He's definitely not new gig. He makes good movies. I haven't really seen, like, I didn't even like hate The Whale the way some people hated The Whale. So like, Darren, sorry, looks like you. Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe. Not really. Yeah, Requiem's like an all-timer. And Black Swan's an all-timer. I liked Mother. Dude, I kind of like Darren Aronofsky. I'll say it. I think he makes good movies. I think he makes questionable choices. Like, on the back end. Like, he's kind of seems like an AI guy from what I know. But, like, I don't know. When he locks in, he kind of gets the job. Well, he's a step above, gets the job done. I'm his biggest hater. That's fair. I know he's got haters, but like I'm a defender. I'm an Aronofsky defender. Luc Besson, is that his name? Is that who this guy is? I'll be honest, I have to double check. It is, yes. Yeah, so I haven't seen any of his movies. So, we've made it out unscathed there. Speaking of creeps, yeah, I know. I heard about that. Danny Boyle. Now, Danny Boyle is kind of hit or miss for me. He makes good movies. I don't think we can put him any lower than makes good movies because like everything he makes, he's just like, he's kind of changed the game, right? Like he brings something that cinema was missing. He brought a sort of energy and chaos to the table. I mean, yeah, you could say he was born to do this. He actually kind of was born to do this. But like I don't know if I would put him in that tier. Cuz like I mean, he's a good director, man. He's a pretty good director. I'm gonna leave it there for now. I'm gonna be kind of picky here. Tim Burton gets the job done. Tim Burton gets the job done. I maybe like in his prime would have put him in Born to Do This, but like these days he's kind of turned into a parody of himself. And it literally, I think he would say this himself. He is getting the job done. You know, he knows what he's hired for and he delivers in that. And there doesn't seem to be a ton of like, I don't know. There's no excitement in his directing anymore. I mean, well, I kind of like Beetlejuice. I mean, that's taking it a step too far. But so did Wes. No, you're on thin ice, man. Thin ice. Tim Burton, like, he just kind of gets he's got some really good hits. Don't get me wrong. But when he misses, it's kind of just like, did you even care? Like, I'm neutral on Tim Burton. But, like, maybe a step above the actual... Well, dude, this feels wrong. I'll be honest. I'm going to put Ang Lee in Haven't Seen Enough. Because that's the honest-to-God truth. It felt wrong putting him in neutral. I'm like, I just haven't seen enough. And that just looked bad. James Cameron. Dude... Let's pause on this one. Let's pause on James Cameron and think about this. Cause like Titanic kind of puts you into Born to Do This territory. And Avatar kind of puts you in, I don't know. I'm like not I'll be honest, like I'm not one of James Cameron's like diehards. I'm not in that camp of person. Just being honest with myself. Yeah, he makes good movies, but like, I'm gonna say gets the job done. That's what my heart's telling me. Don't ban me. I love your content. It's all good. Critical minutes. We got to tone it down on the Wes hate. He is so Born to Do This. Dude, like, yeah. But also, like, his kind of shit, his what's the word? ¿Cómo se dice? I'm like, maybe he could be using this skill elsewhere. I'm going to put him in good movies. Chat kind of won me over. I'm not going to lie. I forgot about Terminator. This guy hates Cameron. Yeah, man. That's what I just said. I bumped it up mostly because of Titanic, if I'm going to be honest. Titanic is like one of the best. Habla español? This is Frank Capra, right? Can I get a confirmation on that? Let me refresh my memory. I'll be honest, I think I've only seen 2 Capra films. I have only seen one of his movies, and it's A Wonderful Life. So honestly, like, who? Guys, come on, bro. Come on. We know better than this. Obviously, I don't, because I've only seen one of his films. But, like, I haven't seen enough. I do think It's a Wonderful Life is one of the greatest films ever made. But, yeah, I got to check out Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. He's probably Born to Do This, but, like, I haven't seen enough. John Carpenter is Born to Do This. Like, I know he's probably got some horrible films. I know he's probably got some shit. But, like, what I've seen, he's, like, one of our best, man. He's someone that just, like, lights a fire in me, you know? It's like, that's someone who, like, had some shit to say, knows how to make them. He might be inconsistent, but, like, his hit rate is too good for me personally, so I don't give a fuck. I'm putting him up there. He was Born to Do This. Okay, who? That's Charlie Chaplin. Crazy picture to pick. Charlie Chaplin, I feel like we can't put him any lower than Born to Do This. He's borderline GOAT. But like, I think I'm going to leave it at Born to Do This. I don't think there's going to be much of an argument against that. Can we revisit James Cameron? There's just so many other more interesting directors here. I like James Cameron. What do you want me to do, man? I like him. I appreciate his work. It's not really my thing. And we're done with that conversation. Coen Brothers GOAT. Crazy to say on a week like Honey Don't Week, but they're kind of my GOATs, I'm not going to lie. They're kind of the most inspirational duo ever. And their stuff just is like so effortlessly great. I know that they haven't hit it out of the park every single time, but like those are my guys. Those are my guys, man. Cronenberg was also Born to Do This. And this is where the Cameron thing gets a little crazy, because like you could also argue Cronenberg, it's like he's a very skilled writer. He's very skilled in a lot of different aspects of the craft. And like maybe he has some misses, but like I mean, I think cinema is better with Cronenberg in it, you know? We're better off for having him in cinematic history, you know? Like he's made an impact. He's made film a better place. Does that make sense? Crash is annoying. They're nice, man. They're nice. I do fuck with Cronenberg. He's kind of like, he's one of those directors who's just like kind of opened my eyes a bit, has taught me new things through his film, or it has at least made me think about the world around me in a different way through his films. And that's kind of what it's all about, man. That's literally what it's all about. Fincher's good. Fincher's pretty great. I'm going to move Chaplin up to GOAT, by the way. I think that IDK LOL, you kind of convinced me. He's one of the most important people out there. Fincher's not GOAT. I love David Fincher. He's born to do this for sure. He is definitely born to do this. I don't think he's GOAT status for me personally. But like, I think he's born to do worst list of all time. I'm not moving. Can we just be happy with makes good movies, man? Like, what else do you want? They make good movies. Karsten, you said he was top 5 director in his director ranking. Well, I've grown since then. I've watched. I now I have. I mean, maybe like working today, yeah, but like, you can't say either of these guys are working today. For the record, this like, they don't work together today. Guillermo del Toro. I mean, kind of also a Born to Do This situation, no? That feels like hard to argue against. And like, the Guillermo del Toro deep cuts are like he's got some shit to say. I don't know, watching his movies, there's gonna be a lot of Born to Do This, but oh, this list is gonna be painful, man. Yeah, that's an easy Born to Do This. Best Del Toro film? I mean, let me check. I can't say what I was gonna say. I mean, it's probably Pan's Labyrinth, right? It's got to be Pan's Labyrinth. You guys know how I feel about Nightmare Alley. I think it's an underrated... I'm not going to say masterpiece just yet, but even Pacific Rim, man. I wasn't crazy about Crimson Peak. That really was not my thing. Like, the thing is like, even when he doesn't hit for me, I still like deeply appreciate the work. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood. I wish I could just like skip, dude. Unforgiven, a masterpiece. $1 Million Baby, a great film. What else have I seen? Juror number 2. Fantastic. What's the one? Cry Macho. Not very good. He makes good movies. Cry Macho aside, I think everything I've seen from Clint has been like a good movie. And when you take the lows and the highs, they kind of like, if you average it all out, he kind of ends up in the middle. I think he makes good movies. Francis Ford Coppola. Dude, I'm tempted to go GOAT for Francis. I kind of love Francis Ford Coppola's movies, man. Hot take. I think he makes good movies. Like, and I like it when he gets weird with it too. Like, dude. I think I'm gonna save GOAT for like my true GOATs. I'll leave him in at the top of Born to Do This for now. I don't know if he's my full GOAT yet, but John Ford. John Ford also Born to Do This. John Ford might be GOAT, man. Invisible Giants is not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. Dude. I think I need to go a little deeper with Ford's filmography before I put him in GOAT, but like he's made some absolute heaters. And like I don't know, I feel like he's on the edge. He's on the edge. Mel Gibson. I honestly haven't seen enough. I don't think I've actually seen a single Mel Gibson movie. Let me double check. Dude, Coppola for like Dracula and The Conversation, and obviously Godfather. Also the one that I can never remember the title. Wait, let me get the title. Where is it? Oh, One from the Heart. Dude, One from the Heart, man. Like, Apocalypse Now. Dracula sucks. You don't know what you're talking about. Just sit this one out, bro. One from the Heart's pretty good. I haven't seen Hacksaw Ridge, man. Hitchcock. Dude, so, yeah. I mean, saying he was born to do this just feels dismissive, you know? I mean, I'm gonna put him in GOAT. I mean, just putting him here felt wrong. He's kind of the blueprint, man. Like, he's kind of like the blueprint. He set the tone, you know? We're still in that. That's a good way of putting it. He is the director, yeah. John Hughes gets the job done. John Huston, haven't seen enough. Alejandro Iñárritu gets the job done. Jim Jarmusch, Born to Do This. Who is this? Spike Jonze? Is that Spike Jonze? Yup. Makes good movies. Yeah, I haven't really disliked the Spike Jonze film. Inuyuritsu is a bit low. I kind of sprinted through the last few picks, and Inuyuritsu, now that I'm thinking about it, I did like Birdman quite a bit, and The Revenant was pretty formative in high school. I don't know why I put him in Gets the Job Done. He makes good movies. I can't put him any higher than that, though. I'll own up to that one. I sprinted through. I wasn't thinking straight. John Hughes Gets the Job Done, though. I'm not going to put him any higher. Move Hughes up. Nah, man. This is where I'm at. Who is this? Is that Aaliyah? How do you pronounce his name? Aaliyah Kazan? Am I crazy? I've only seen On the Waterfront. Oh, and... No, I haven't seen that. I mean, I liked On the Water. Oh, I've seen Viva Zapata. Which was solid. He was kind of Marlon Brando's guy. Kazan is a rat. I'll be honest, I haven't really, seen enough. I've seen those two, but, I guess I have seen enough. I'm neutral on Kazan. Stanley Kubrick, we don't even need to discuss this one. Who is this? Is that David Lean? I believe that's David Lean. David Lean kind of he's kind of... I know we're all thinking Lawrence of Arabia, obviously, but he also did Summertime. I have not seen Brief Encounter. I'll own up to that. Or it's loading. The Bridge on the River Kwai. That's the thing. He's a major blueprint. Lawrence of Arabia is an alt. I mean, he makes good movies, man. He makes good movies. I can't put him any higher just because I haven't really tapped in like that. So much Kubrick disrespect in this chat. I'm just looking away. I'm not even, dude. For some shit like this, I'm not even giving you guys the time of day. I don't feel like doing it today. We're just pushing through and not trying not to look around too much. Spike Lee. I love Spike Lee. You guys know this about me. I'm a big Spike Lee defender. Obviously, have not seen the Oldboy remake. There's only been one Spike Lee film that I wasn't crazy about, and it was his first film. She's Gotta Have It. I was kind of whatever on it, but there was something still charming. I know he has misses, man. I know he has misses, but he's kind of born to do this as well. Because Born to Do This is getting a bit overcrowded, I'm gonna put him in I can't. He was born to do this, bro. Now this is when it gets a little messy. We got Dick Link. Dick is very hit or miss for me. Okay? He has made both some of my favorite movies of all time and some movies where I just don't know what he was thinking. He is so all over the place. This is going to be a tricky one for me. I don't know where to put him. I genuinely don't know where to put him. I really love Richard Linklater. I'm not going to put him in GOAT. I might just put him in makes good movies. I don't like it either, man. I don't like it either. Let me think on it. Okay? This is not final. George Lucas. It'd be kind of funny if we put him there. For the bit, it'd be kind of funny. but I'm not going to do that, obviously. Like, and I say that because, like, dude, American Graffiti is, like, it's a good-ass movie. It's a good-ass movie. Jar Jar's the key to all of this. It would, I don't think he needs to find a new gig, but it's really funny to be like, George Lucas should find a new gig. He's also a tricky one, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to just put him in neutral for the sake of just how much he balances out. I mean, the influence is there. The vision is there. The execution is falling short. Some of the decisions are falling short, I guess. I'm not like, you know, I'm not the Star Wars guy. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. I don't like. When I realized he didn't actually direct Empire Strikes Back, I was like, oh shit. That was like something I just didn't know for like most of my life. I assumed he did. Let me just double check some things before I make any crazy decisions here. Come on, bro. We're no Indiana Jones without him. Yeah, sure, man. But like, we're talking directors here. We're talking directing. Yeah, New Hope was great. American Graffiti was great. Who is this? Who are we looking at here? Sidney Lumet. Kind of Born to Do This teetering on GOAT. Like, I've only really seen the Lumet hits, you know? He makes some great movies. He's one of, you know... That's a director right there. That's the standard, man. That's who we're talking about. That's why some of these guys, they're not on the Born to Do This tier, because this is who we're talking about, man. That's someone who can direct a film. I mean, yeah, he's made GOAT movies. GOAT director, I gotta think on that. Yeah. Enough said. Terry. Like another case of, like, has made some of my favorites of all time. And honestly, like, I haven't... It's another case of, I haven't seen the misses. Like, I haven't seen the flops that people consider flops. Like, I haven't seen Song to Song, even though it looks pretty good. And I haven't seen, like, yeah, all the, like, a lot of the new stuff. But, like, Tree of Life did kind of blow my mind. I did like A Hidden Life. Is that what it was called? Days of Heaven. I understand GOAT is reserved for my personal GOATs. Those are my guys. So I'm probably gonna cap it at Born to Do This. He's not like my... What, he kind of changed the game, didn't he? Dude, he might be GOAT, man. That's kind of crazy to say. I'm gonna put him in GOAT. And we're gonna walk away. Steve McQueen makes good movies. I mean, honestly, maybe Born to Do This. Blitz has me on his bad side. Or I should say he's on my bad side. Like, Blitz, like, not the best. 12 Years a Slave, just watched it and was, like, blown away by it. Widows, just so underrated. We stopped talking about Widows way too early. And the Small Axe stuff was amazing, man. I haven't seen Shame or Hunger, okay? why I didn't want to do this list, man. I can't even. I can't look at chat right now, bro. Let me think on it. Again, I'm trying to be picky here, man. These are all amazing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Christopher Nolan. Don't make me do it, man. Christopher Nolan. Like, take a sip. Christopher Nolan was born to do this. Roman Polanski makes good movies, unfortunately. PTA was born to do this, but is not one of my goats. What is his name again? Robert Rodriguez? Name check. Okay, I'm asking for a name check, not for your opinions right now. Robert Rodriguez? Robert Rodriguez, true neutral. A visionary, but again, does not... Ron Howard, I haven't seen enough. Sofia Coppola is interesting. She was quite literally born to do this, but I'm going to leave her in makes good movies for now. Find a new gig. Come on. Sam Raimi. Let's skip over Sam Raimi and put him in the GOAT status. Martin Scorsese. Let's get that one out of the way. Sam Raimi. I honestly I think Sam Raimi's the only one who's like, God, here we go. He's like the only one who has really nailed the comic book film. I think the Evil Dead films are some of my favorite horror films of all time. So I kind of feel like he is born to do this. That said, these two next to each other, I think PTA gets moved up to GOAT automatically. Ridley Scott is a true neutral. Ridley Scott is a true neutral, okay? I mean, no. I looked at his colleagues and I put him up a bit. He is made some masterpieces. Neutral's a bit low for the masterpieces he's made, but like he's, you know, he misses sometimes, man. He misses often. He doesn't always get the job done. That's right. Yeah, he doesn't always get the job done, but I mean, for the most part, he's pretty good. I mean, he's, you know. I told you I like Aronofsky, man. M. Night Shyamalan makes good movies. Now, that's maybe a bit controversial because he's made some stinkers, but I think he's just shy of born. He is kind of born to do this. He's a great film director, M. Night Shyamalan, and he's a great writer. But like he's a bit inconsistent. Switchblade, thank you for the super chat. Will you watch The Wire at Magnolia Peak? I cried. For sure. I will watch The Wire someday, yes. Definitely. Should find a new gig, to be honest. That's just not true at all. I think he should direct as long as he can. Because like M. Night is still... Here's my case for M. Night Shyamalan over Ridley Scott right now, is he is still, like... What's the word? Working out his vision. He's still, like, experimenting and, like, pushing what he knows forward and, like, you know, trying to say something new. Ridley Scott just seems, like, bored these days, man. He just seems like he's kind of lost the sauce a bit. Ridley Scott has made better movies than M. Night Shyamalan. Probably, like, when you break it down, he probably does have more hits. But I think M. Night is, like, a more interesting director. He's inspiring, man. Yeah, you watch M. Night movies and you're like, that's, like, it's inspiring. It's like makes you really, it's like a very active movie watching experience. What is the worst in makes good movies, Karsten? Let's run that message back before you ask me anything like that. Let's let's word it differently, because I don't know what you're even saying. Does it make him better? No, I understand that, of course, but, like, that's how I'm doing it. This is the way I'm going about this list. Kevin Smith, I don't even. Zack Snyder. Switchblade, thank you for the super chat. Also, I love your director rankings. Will you do another? Absolutely. I want to do Coen Brothers next. That's on the list. This is when Karsten became Karsten. Dude, I will be. So here's my situation with Zack Snyder. I've only seen. This has been a terrible idea so far. I've only seen Army of the Dead. I haven't seen his Superman films. I haven't seen Justice League or Watchmen. I thought Army of the Dead was pretty terrible. I haven't seen enough to say New Gig, but he's the closest of everyone we've had here to New Gig. Steven Spielberg is the GOAT. Steven Spielberg's the GOAT. I'm sorry that this is, you know, kind of the most by the books GOAT column you've ever seen in your life, but I don't know what you want. That's who they are. They're the GOATs. And Spielberg is, who was it that was just saying, I was listening to this Ari Aster interview, and he put it so, he's like, you grow up, and Spielberg's the one who, like, makes you fall in love with movies, and then you kind of fall out, and then you fall back in love when you're older. And you realize, like, he's still hitting it out of the park. And that's exactly right. It's like I've come full circle, and I'm like, yeah, he's still the best. Still inspires me. Oliver Stone. That's Oliver Stone, right? Oliver Stone. I'm only, like, kind of recently getting familiar with Oliver Stone. He has a few stinkers. I know you're referring to Spielberg. We don't care at this point. Yeah, Stone. So, like, dude, I will say, I really liked Born on the 4th of July. Thought that was a fantastic film. I've only seen that in Platoon and, dude, that's it. I'm really lacking in the Stone category. I feel like I've seen enough, though, that I can put him on the list. Like, from what I've seen, I've really liked it, so I'm gonna put him in makes good movies. I know that, like, people have their things against him. I know JFK really should be in the movie club. That'd be a good movie club movie, actually. Hello there, Karsten. Would you be so kind to tell me who, in your opinion, is the worst movie maker in the makes good movies tier? Was that better? That was perfect. I'm sorry. I understand now. The worst filmmaker in the makes good movie tier. I can see the confusion in the wording now. I mean, the worst filmmaker, it's probably Roman Polanski, obviously. But that's, you know, speaking outside the movies. the worst one, the one who's made the worst movies in this tier, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't knock any of them down. Maybe Aronofsky. I don't know. Oliver Stone. That's the thing. I haven't seen the Oliver Stone misses. It could be M. Night, honestly. I haven't seen the Avatar film. That's the other thing. That's an important thing to note with my M. Night experience. I've skipped over his flop era. Like, I've skipped that entire stage of his career. So, like, I kind of have a very positive experience with him. I'm sure if I watched the bad ones, I'd have a much more passionate and, negative outlook on his work. Does M. Night have any true blue classics? I mean, The Sixth Sense, right? Signs. I haven't even seen Unbreakable. She missed most of M. Night's career. It's not even that. Like, the pros outweigh the cons. I honestly, dude, Trap will go down as like a cult classic. Cult is even maybe, that's a little rude. Like, I think Trap will outlive, I don't know, Quentin Tarantino. Born to Do This. I think he's just shy of GOAT for me. Just shy of GOAT. But he's definitely born to do. He's obviously born to. He can't do anything else. He might. I'm gonna leave him in Born to Do This for now. Who is this? Terry? Is that Terry Gilliam? Fact check. It's Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam. Well, as you can see from the poll, I have not seen Brazil. And I really thought it would get picked, but people go hard for The French Connection, which, by the way, is Friedkin even in here? I don't even think Friedkin made the cut. Let me just double check my Gilliam experience. Monty Python, Fear and Loathing, 12 Monkeys. I genuinely actually don't think I've seen enough. I've seen 3, but the hits, the beloved ones I have not seen. I honestly and that's why it feels unfair to put him in like a neutral category, which is kind of where I'm, because what I've seen hasn't really been my thing. I mean, I admire it from afar. He's a very, he's a visionary, no doubt. It's just not really for some reason, I find his films very difficult to watch. I'll put Gets the Job Done for now, which is that's just my experience. That's my experience. That this placement comes with a huge asterisk. All right. Who's in the GOAT level? So far with the GOATs, we have Spielberg, Scorsese, PTA, Lynch, Terrence Malick, the Coen Brothers, Charlie Chaplin, Stanley Kubrick, and Hitchcock. Can't argue with that. Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve. Obviously high. Denis is not GOAT, but he's pretty damn high. I'm still under the assumption that we haven't even seen him unleash. He has oh, never mind. We're just gonna leave it there. He was born to do this. Orson Welles. Kind of born to do this as well. Like Orson Welles, obviously, there's Citizen Kane. I have also, dude, no, man. He's born to do this. He's not GOAT for me, but like The Trial kind of, that's, yeah. Yeah. Too many born to do this directors. What do we want here? What do we want? Because like, it's a list of the greatest directors, so they're all pretty damn good. All right? There's not a lot of stinkers here. No one needs to find a new gig yet. Everybody here should be doing their job. I'm about to piss off this whole ass stream right now. I'm about to piss off a lot of people right now. I'm about to make a lot of people mad. But that's the GOAT. Billy Wilder. Also born to do this. Teeters on GOAT. If I'm going to be honest. Jesus Christ, dude. It's like, there's no break. There's not like a break. Wilder kind of is the GOAT, dude. Like, I felt weird putting two GOATs back to back, but like, Wilder's kind of the GOAT. Wes is born to do this, but he is not the GOAT. Not to you. Billy Wilder's going to go in the GOAT status. Edgar Wright makes good movies. That's... Yep. Nicholas Winding Refn. I had my era with him, man. We all had our Nicholas Winding Refn eras. But like, he's kind of... Oh, Karsten. He's in a video game, yeah. I don't know. He's like... I was actually just talking to my my roommate about this. We were like... you want to like his movies so bad, but like they're never like as good as they should be, you know? He's coming back, give him a chance. I'm looking forward to his new film, man. I'm looking forward to the new one. I actually still haven't seen the Pusher trilogy, so like let's wait it out. Who are we talking about here? Who is this? This is Antonioni? Is this Antonioni? So here's my deal with Antonioni. I have only seen Blow Up, I'm pretty sure. That said, let me just double check this. I've only seen Blow Up. I really can't say I've seen enough. I think I would put him pretty high up there. He's done Blow Up. He's done L'Aventure, which I tried to get us to watch last week. He did La Note and Red Desert, The Passenger, L'Eclisse. Blow Up was a 5 out of 5 masterpiece, in my opinion. Not yet. I'm going to say I haven't seen enough. Dario Argento. He makes good movies. I haven't really seen enough. I'm going to be normal about this. We're all going to be normal about this. As a guy who appreciates his work, has not seen a lot of it, I think he makes good movies. Now that is a normal thing to do. Put him in the makes good movies category and move on. Can we all Can we all act normal about this now? Dude, like, isn't he an actor? What did he do? He did Life is Beautiful. I haven't seen, like, anything. Bergman. This is Bergman, right? I just got here. Whoa. Just opening the stream and just being like, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, Bergman is kind of... Bergman in a similar light as Hitchcock and... Who else here? Chaplin. Like, we're still kind of like working off of him, you know? That's like kind of set the tone. It's another set the tone kind of director. I can't wait to get into like the modern guys, man. We need to, I can't wait to go a little crazy. This is Bertolucci, I think. I haven't seen anything. I looked him up before this. Lee Chang-dong, I've only seen Burning. I got a lot of love for Burning. That said, I also can't say I've seen enough Lee Chang-dong. I'm so sorry to disappoint that chatter who was like so excited for Lee Chang-dong because I've only seen Burning. But I'm gonna put him in not familiar. I'm so sorry. Who is this? This is Fellini. Oh, Jesus, man. This is just like kind of an embarrassing list, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't seen enough Fellini. He's actually, like, more so than anyone here, like, the biggest blind spot. There was, like, a whole Fellini festival at Music Box, and well, first of all, I didn't live there at the time, but, like, I was in town for a little bit, and I couldn't see, like, any of them. And so I just can't, I haven't seen anything, man. I was, like, is this him? Is this Godard? I've seen 8.5, but it's been a while, and that's the only one I've seen. I mean, Godard, say what you will, but he was kind of born to do this. I'm putting him shy of GOAT because like he doesn't do it for me every time. And I'm not gonna like sit here and call myself a Godard expert. And the people in GOAT, I kind of am like, those are people I'm well familiar with and am like a big fan of. He was born to do this though. Your favorite movie wouldn't exist without Godard? I'm well aware. Luca Guadagnino. I don't know. He makes good movies. He's still active today. He makes good movies. We don't know how this is going to age. Werner Herzog, I haven't seen enough. Bong Joon-ho. Born to do this. Just shy of GOAT. Werner Herzog is GOAT in the documentary conversation. Dude, oh my God. I keep forgetting to put Grizzly Man in the poll. I don't know if people would vote for Grizzly Man ultimately, so maybe it doesn't matter, but Wong Kar-wai. Definitely no lower than Born to Do This. Let's move on. Kobayashi. I've only seen what's it called? Hakiri. I've only seen Hakiri. Is that true? Yeah. Gotta see more. Gotta see more Kobayashi. Satoshi Kon. This is going to be kind of crazy. Harakiri. My bad. Satoshi Kon is kind of the GOAT. That's what I was going to say is kind of crazy. He's like one of the greatest animators of all time. Jesus Christ, man. I've been talking for like 2 hours now. Give me a break. Satoshi Kon, easy GOAT. Akira Kurosawa, easy GOAT. Fritz Lang. Fritz Lang, also kind of the blueprint. I can't put him any lower than Born to Do This. I can't. Sergio Leone. Honestly, I've only seen one Sergio Leone film, and it's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He only directed 7 films. That's crazy. He's a bit of a blind spot, admittedly. He's a bit of a blind spot. So I can't honestly rank him. Not find a new gig. Who is this? That's Mickey. We need someone in the new gig tier for the drama. Let me glance at who we have left. I'm telling you, like, Zack Snyder's the closest we got. And I'm like, my life is starting to get pretty good, and so I don't want to have to introduce whatever that's going to introduce into my life. So I'm going to leave him in haven't seen enough, because actually I haven't seen enough. So Mickey makes good movies. I haven't like seen a bad one, personally. I haven't seen a bad one. You could argue he's kind of born to do this, but like I'm kind of like at that place with him. Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki. This is this Ozu? Fact check. Is this Ozu? Miyazaki is not the GOAT. What? Now that's crazy. I have to say, Ozu also might be GOAT. Not to repeat myself too much here. I know we're trying to be picky, but man, that guy. Will, you have only been telling me, that's the only message you've been sending is to ban people. Ozu I will put in GOAT, because having seen, you see Late Spring, and then you see Tokyo Story, and you're like, he's operating on a level that most people can't even comprehend. So skip to some of the women. I'm coming. I'm for the record, all the women are like bunched together, because I was sent this list and there was one woman and it was Sofia Coppola, and I was like, well, this is ridiculous. So I thought of like all the women directors I knew, and they all got bunched together, but they're coming. It was a very male dominated list before this. Who is this? Mod me up? I'm not gonna mod you up, man. You're gonna ban everybody. That's Park Chan-wook. Damn, he looks so cool in this picture. He's kind. I can't put him any lower than Born to Do This, man. He hasn't hit with me every time, and I have my own like kind of personal issues with Park's work sometimes. Like sometimes I feel like it gets a little convoluted and loses me, but like that's usually on me, you know? He's also like the only one that seems to be doing anything interesting with his movies. Like he makes like use of the technology and like what a cut can be and like how you can show something on screen, and he just makes it look like everyone else is just kind of like lazy. Mickey 17 was great. He did not direct Mickey 17. Yeah, Decision to Leave was like one of the best edited films ever. It gets a little convoluted in the third act, but like you kind of forgive it because you're like, yeah, man, whatever the fuck's going on, I'm there. Oh no. Is it Satyajit Ray? I forget how to pronounce his first name. I've only seen Panther Panchali. Ray, yeah. And that was an all-timer for sure. And I said I was going to have a Ray summer, and then I didn't. I haven't. I give it like a couple months, and this guy is like easy goat. But for now, I have to say I haven't seen enough. IDK, it's all good. It's all good. We may do. Besides Friedkin, I have pretty much everybody that I would put on this in here. Like, I was gonna suggest him for that person that asked that Wes Anderson movie question, but like having only seen his debut, I'm like I can't really, I couldn't really genuinely suggest it. I will. Yes, I'll send the link in chat. I think that should work. Okay, let's power through this. Who is this man? Oh, this is this. I looked this up. It's Seijun Suzuki, who I'm also like I've seen enough, and he's good. He's visually insane. I'm gonna say makes good movies for now. Tarkovsky. Tarkovsky, I'll put him in the goat. I started like breaking down. My brain like started short circuiting. Thin Ice Buddy. This is gonna be rough. Kieslowski. Three Colors. short film about killing, I believe it's called. How many fingers am I holding up? I don't see any fingers. I haven't actually seen one of this guy's films in like a long time. I'm like a little rusty on him. But like he was the Colors trilogy was kind of a huge moment for me. And I don't talk about that enough, I don't think. But like it was a really kind of big Three Colors Blue specifically when I first watched that. It was like kind of the first movie of that kind that I had watched. And it was in film school. And I remember like watching it and then like walking around Chicago and feeling like in a daze, kind of like I had just like opened my mind a bit. I'm being vague because I'm a little foggy on the film itself, but like I remember feeling it pretty hard. And so I kind of, by that logic, have to put him pretty high. Yeah, he's an important filmmaker for me, and I should probably tap in a bit more. Kiyoshi Kurosawa is not on here. No, that's true. I should have put him on here. Dude, Alfonso Cuarón isn't on here either. This person was slacking. Whoever made this, Lars von Trier. I think Lars von Trier makes some really good movies. I have to put him. I can't put him any lower than this. He's kind of teetering on Born to Do This for me because some of his movies I think were like in a similar light, kind of changed my brain a bit. I mean, he when he hits, it's something really kind of disturbing and special. But I do love his movies. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Safdie brothers are. I managed to add them. Truffaut. I'm kind of a big Truffaut guy. That's not even true. I can't call myself a huge Truffaut guy, but like I'm gonna say makes good movies because I haven't. It's been a few years. I'm a bit rusty. All right. Who is this? Is this John Woo? I haven't seen enough. This was a major mistake. In my head, I was like, all right, things have kind of like calmed down now. This is like going all right. And then I read that message. Oh, man. Jordan Peele's not on here, dog. Jordan Peele's not on here. Alfonso Cuarón's not on here. Friedkin's not on here. Ryan Coogler's not on here. James Gunn isn't on here. Dude, give me a second. I'm going to... No, not you. I'm going to add a few people. To this list. Because we need to spice this up a bit. Celine Song is not on here. I don't think I need... Celine Song's got like 2 movies. John Cassavetes isn't on here, dude. What the hell? Dude, I had to add Robert Altman earlier. I was like, how do we not have Altman on here? You want to make this longer? I mean, I'm holding up just fine, honestly. I'm not doing that bad. I'm actually like hanging in there. So I'm kind of like, if we have the energy, why not? I got Chantal Ackerman in here already. I've only seen one Edward Yang, so I feel like I can't even... why would I add someone that I'm not even familiar enough with? Same goes for Buster Keaton. Who else? Ryan Coogler. Jonathan Glazer. Oh, man. I added Wim Wenders. Who else were we saying? Alfonso Cuarón. I already added him. Boonwell, dude. Oh, my God. Todd Haynes, man. Oh, my God. Okay, we have to cut it off at some point. Steven Soderbergh's not on here? That's crazy. Dude, this is just in the person's defense who made this. It's like you kind of do like, I mean, there's so many directors. I added Bresson, I added Lubitsch. I do with the okay, I'm cutting it off here. I'm adding the Wachowskis. Oh my God, Almodovar. Okay, I'm cutting it off there. I'm cutting it off there. Okay, the Wikipedia thing for the Wachowski sisters is just one Wachowski. I added Kiarostami. Ostland. I don't think we need to put. Oh, you're. I will. Fuck. This shit's never gonna end, bro. Okay, I'll get the Scandinavians out. I'll get Ostland. I'll get Joachim Trier. I got Gregor Rocky. I got Lynn Ramsey. Motherfucker, I'll add Powell and Pressburger. And then when we're done. We're done. Oh my God, man. I put Sean Baker in there. I've only seen like 3 Thomas Vinterbergs. Taika Waititi. James Mangold. Rob Reiner. Harmony Korine. Okay, I'll put Harmony Korine and then we're done. And James Mangold. Okay. Okay, we've just added like 30 minutes to this. We're back. Can anyone ID this guy? I'm not familiar. Do we have an ID on him? In the meantime, this is Guy Ritchie, I believe. Guy Ritchie, I really, the shit I've seen has been pretty bad, but I haven't seen good Guy Ritchie, so I'm going to put him in neutral. Damien Chazelle was born to do this, honestly. Romero was born to do this, frankly. John Waters. Chazelle's got to put a few more years on him before we can put him in the GOAT category, if I'm going to be honest. John Waters, I'm very tempted to go GOAT. I don't give a shit, man. Who put Vincent Gallo in here, man? It would be funny, but like I do kind of fuck with Buffalo 66. He's kind of I didn't want to say it. Dude, yeah, whoever made this list is like it's like a teenager who's like getting into their edgy era, and I'm not that that's not to be dismissive. I'm just like Okay, does no one know who that guy is? I'm going to say not familiar because I'm not familiar. Vincent Gallo, well, he is like he's kind of, you're right, he's kind of cringe. I haven't seen enough, frankly. Hodorowski, I haven't seen enough. I've only seen, well, like The Holy Mountain is amazing. El Topo is a thorny watch. But I haven't seen enough. Gaspar Noé. Zhang Yimou. I'm not familiar. Thank you for saying it. Let me double check. I don't recognize the name. He did Hero. I haven't seen it. Raise the Red Lantern. I'm not tapped in. Gaspar Noé is not GOAT. It's not GOAT, but he is. I will say it. I'm putting him in there. I don't care. Noah Baumbach makes good movies. As a director, he's good and he makes good movies. As a writer, he's exceptional. It'd be so funny, Will, if I banned you for that message. Robert Eggers. I mean this with love. I love Robert Eggers and I love his movies. I say this as in, like, I think he should find a new gig, like doing furniture or something. I think he would. I say that not because he makes bad movies, but because I think he would excel in so many other fields. but I also love his movies, so I don't want him to stop doing that. Camera's so bright. He makes good movies for now. He makes good movies. He was truly born to do something else, but he makes good movies. He's kind of 4 for 4. You could say he was born to make movies, but I think he's just a very talented guy all around. Barry Jenkins. Barry Jenkins makes good movies. I need to see him bounce back from Mufasa before I can put him in Born to Do This. Because I didn't see Mufasa, so I really can't speak on it. But based on what I have seen, I'm a bit bummed on that, what happened there. I still have to see the Underground Railroad. I need, like, that's apparently his masterpiece. For now, he makes good movies. Lynn Ramsey. And I say this as someone who has seen Die My Love. And dude, she's kind of born to do this. She's like, honestly, in a similar way to Park Chan-wook, like, makes use of the medium as much as she can. Is my argument for Lynn Ramsey and Born to Do This. Agnes Varda. Honestly, I added her myself. I've only seen 2 Agnes Varda movies. They're both good. They're both good. They're both great. Because of that, I can't genuinely say GOAT. But she's up there. I think she's born to do this for sure. Similar to Cronenberg, it's like we're better off for having Agnes Varda making movies. You're revealing your true colors? What are you talking about? This was here all along. Jacques Tati. Enough said. Greta Gerwig. Makes good movies. She makes good movies. Julia Ducournau. Born to do this. People will not be saying this after Alpha, but she's pretty incredible at what she does, in my opinion. we are gonna leave it there for now, as I'm kind of it's a bit of a, well, never mind. Ari Aster. Let me take a break real quick. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I'll be back. We're back. Where did we leave off here? Who was this? Greta Gerwig, and makes good movies. I mean, like, I'm seeing some comments. People are saying that's crazy, but like, Lady Bird was great. Little Women was great. Barbie was great. What do you want? Ants? Too soon, man. I just had an ant problem. Ari Aster makes good movies. Like, that's... I know I'm not opening any can of worms today. Jacques Demy. That's a goat. Tsai Ming Liang. Born to do this. No question. Kelly Reichardt. Born to do this. Teetering on goat. Chantal Ackerman. Goat. Let's pause. How we feeling this? How we feeling? Are we good? Just checking in with the community. Are we good? Reich artist makes good movies. You're not there yet, and that's fine. You'll get there. I won't be at NIF, no. Yes, Captain. Celine Sciamma. Born to Do This, between Born to Do This makes good movies. She hasn't really missed with me. Ousmane, and I was told this is not how you pronounce his name. Ousmane Sembene. Sciamma's in the same boat as like Damien Chazelle, where it's like give her a few more, but like I don't see it happen. I don't see her missing anytime soon. I've only seen Black Girl and what was the other one called? I just watched it. Mandabi. Both excellent, both amazing. I haven't seen enough, but I'm going to say makes good movies. Isao Takahata. Listen, man, we can't have 3 Japanese animators in GOAT, but we might have to. We just might have to make some room for Takahata, because he's like consistently underappreciated and is like one of the greats. Mike Nichols. He's made some classics. I'm going to say makes good movies. Tap it out there. Elaine May is, and I don't want to hear it. She's my GOAT, at least. If we're talking about comedies, I know that people are going to throw Ishtar at me, but you look at Mikey and Nikki, you look at A New Leaf, at The Heartbreak Kid, at well, there's not that many, are there? She's kind of one of the greatest to ever do it. Robert Altman, throw him right back up there. Bresson, throw him right back up there. Sean Baker. Is this objective or subjective? These are my rankings. Let's not get crazy. Thank you, some Canadian girl, for that answer. Makes good movies. I mean, yeah, I do want to say Born to Do This, but I mean, he kind of, like, I don't know why I can't put him any higher than this. He makes good movies, undeniably. There's no lower than this. But, like, and I like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I like Sean Baker a lot. Mike Lee. Now we have to, like, we can't put Mike Lee below Sean Baker is the issue. That would not be allowed. So I'm going to put him right. He was kind of born to do this. There is no Sean Baker without Mike Lee. Is how I'm putting it. Brad Bird. I threw in Brad Bird because Ghost Protocol was so good, and he's directed the best Pixar movies. How's the community feel about Brad Bird? Let's get it out there. He's kind of born. He's kind of one, like, the best Pixar director, at least. I'm going to say makes good movies for now. I'm going to say makes good movies. Greg Araki. Greg Araki was undeniably born to do this. No question there. He's a personal goat of mine, but also he's missed with me. So I gotta go Born to Do This easily. We gotta see how that new one is. Okay. Brian De Palma. I can't believe Brian De Palma wasn't in the original rank. I had to add him. Brian De Palma teeters on GOAT, but like Born to Do This minimum. Claire Denis. That is James Gunn. That's too high for De Palma? And no, dude. De Palma's made some hits, man. And he's got something that like other people just can't replicate. Like he's got the De Palma touch. Claire Denis, Beau Travail. This is a case of Beau Travail is like one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Trouble Every Day was kind of underwhelming. High Life was overhated. I know he's made a lot of mediocre stuff, but in his prime, he was kind of cooking. I think I have to say makes good movies. I'm not like that hot on Claire Denis. This is maybe like a little disrespectful, but that's where I'm at. Michael Mann. Michael Mann was born to do this, man. Some would call him a GOAT, but like I can't go that far yet. We need some new gigs, man. I have too much respect for all directors. Wim Wenders is... I know I actually said on Letterboxd he's a GOAT of mine. Where would you place Todd Phillips? Todd Phillips would probably be in Find a New Gig. Now that I think of it. I think Todd Phillips should actually go find something else. He had some success with Joker. He's setting things back a few steps, in my opinion. I think he should find a new gig. I kid, man. I'm kidding. Jesus. That's my GOAT. The Safdie brothers. They make good movies. It's just too early to put them any higher. It's too early. We're talking I know I haven't seen Daddy Longlegs. We're talking 3 movies, right? And like we don't know what's going on next, so like I can't put them any higher. But I do respect and I love the Safdies. They're no longer brothers. Oh no. I forgot the Daniels. Procraft, thank you for the super chat. Just got here. Matt Reeves, Tim Burton, and Edgar Wright are in the highest tier, right? Thank you for the super chat. Let me check if there's any other super chats. Okay, good. I was worried that I missed one. Awkward. Aki Kaurismäki was also born to do this, frankly. He's a visionary. Jane Campion makes good movies. I do fuck with Power of the Dog quite a bit. I think The Piano was great. I thought Sweetie was kind of irritating. Sweetie? Is that what it was called? Yep, Sweetie. I did not fuck with Sweetie. She does make good movies though. Eric Romer is kind of the GOAT. This is a lot of goats, man, but like I can't cut any of them. I can't cut a single one of these guys. Yorgos Lanthimos. Will, thank you for the super chat. Here's one. Thank you, Will. Appreciate it. I won't ban you today. How is this list still going? It's never ending. And when we get to the bottom, we're probably going to add a few more. I kid. We got to get to Throne of Blood eventually. Yorgos. I honestly I have to say man, I don't know. He is like right in between. He is firmly in between. I'm going to say Born to Do This. Paul Schrader. I need Begonia to be like outstanding. I need Begonia to like make me lean forward a bit. No Roy Anderson. Dude, I've only seen one Roy Anderson, admittedly. And Haneke, I've seen him more in Funny Pages. Why is Chaplin there twice? Because when I was going through, I couldn't find him and then realized that this was a picture of him. And I don't know how to delete them. Listen, man. Paul Schrader is saying some questionable things these days. He's done some questionable things in his life. He's kind of born to do this. Abbas Kiarostami. GOAT. Charlie Chaplin will skip over because we've already put him in there. Dude's so good we had to put him in twice. Powell and Pressburger. Let me double check. I've seen The Red Shoes. I've seen A Matter of Life and Death. And I've seen Black Narcissus. And I've seen Peeping Tom. The Solo Powell picture. They're kind of goated, I'm not going to lie. They're... I mean, they're pretty good. I'm going to say Born to Do This minimum. Like, I maybe need to... The fact that I didn't jump to GOAT is kind of... Like, if I jump to GOAT, that's undeniable GOAT. But I have to... Let me sit that one out for a second. The Wachowski sisters, and the picture's only one Wachowski. They make good movies. They were kind of born to do this, but I think some of the Matrix movies kind of fall short, in my opinion. They make some really interesting movies, though. And I wish they made more. Jonathan Glazer. No, 2's got some highlights. I like the second Matrix. The third Matrix is annoying and is not a very good movie, I'm not going to lie. I love Speed Racer. I defend the new Matrix. I thought the fourth Matrix was pretty good, actually. Glazer makes some really good movies, especially after rewatching Sexy Beast. I was like, damn, he's kind of the guy, isn't he? I'm gonna say Born to Do This, just because like he's he's putting the camera in some crazy places and knows how to frame a shot, unlike anyone else. John Cassavetes is the GOAT. Any lower that would be disrespectful. Joachim Trier makes good movies. He makes good movies. Glazing Glazer, it's just another day on the BroadKarst. Jordan Peele. If there's one thing I've realized, I know we're like early on in the Peele filmography here, so this isn't going to make a lot of sense compared to how I talked about other filmmakers who are early on in their career. But if there's like one thing you walk away from Peele's movies thinking, it's that he was made to do this. He, I will say, has kind of set the bar for horror the last few years. I was thinking about this. I was like, when I was doing my weapons video, I was like, I was giving Ari Aster maybe a little. He deserves a lot of credit for setting the tone for the decade in horror. But like, Peele kind of has like really pushed the genre forward. Peele above Eggers, sickening. Peele's movies are like full meals, man. Eggers is like, it's like they're beautiful and they're great and they're like expertly crafted, but it's like, I feel like Peele is saying so much in his films. That's my case for him. I'm going to say Born to Do This. Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler makes good movies. Harmony Korine. Harmony Korine. Neutral. True neutral. Louis Buñuel. I can't put him any lower than the GOAT. That's the surrealist GOAT. So, like, Korine, the thing about Harmony Korine, maybe he does need to find a new gig. Maybe he needs to drop the film thing altogether. But I would be sad if some of his movies just didn't exist at all, you know? I would be sad if we never had Spring Breakers or if we never had The Beach Bum. I haven't even seen like the Korine classics, you know? I'd be sad if Aggro Drift didn't exist, man. I'm glad it's out there. I'm glad some shit like that is out there. I don't know if I'll ever watch Baby Invasion. I'm so glad that like probably you have to look at it this way. I'm not defending it, but I do think it's like kind of funny that like probably the most respected filmmaker using AI, like the biggest AI movies happening right now are being done by like Harmony Korine, and they're like the dumbest shit you've ever seen. Like I gotta respect him for that alone. Like he's really kind of, I think he genuinely believes in like the future of AI like that, you know? But at the same time, I see it as like such, it's very representative of how dumb that shit is, you know? Yeah, but I heard in that new, the Rada Jude AI is like being used in a very different way. I haven't seen it. I can't really speak on it, but I don't know. I can't go any lower than that. Steven Soderbergh was born to do this, and we should put some respect on his name. Ruben Östlund. Ruben Östlund makes good movies, but I don't know if I can put him any higher. New gig, please. Born. I don't know about that. I mean, he makes good movies though. I like Ruben Östlund movies. They make me laugh. They're clever. They're really well shot. I don't think they're as smart as he thinks they are. Like they're not, but like they're a little like boomer core. But like Alfonso Cuarón. He's kind of born to do this. I can't put him in GOAT yet, but like he's got a handful of goated movies, but like the GOAT is reserved. GOAT's reserved for my GOATs, and we've established that by now. Todd Haynes makes really good movies. James Mangold gets the job done. That's a peak gets the job done. And that's it. We already have Chaplin, but because it's annoying me, I'll put him in GOAT again. There it is. Oh, man. Let's never do this again. I agree. Let's never do this again, man. Actors tier list next week. I'm kidding. Xavier Dolan might need a new gig, but let's not. Okay. Okay. That was that. How do we feel? Are we ready to talk about Throne of Blood? This shit's being annoying. All right. Thank you guys for watching that. Thanks for tuning into that. That was fun. Listen, we're going to switch gears here. We're going to talk about this week's movie, which was Throne of Blood, directed 2.5 hours in. Dude, I know, man. This is a long-ass stream. Let's get right into it, though. This week's movie, the classic Akira Kurosawa film, Throne of Blood. Dropped in 1957. The synopsis reads, returning to their lord's castle, samurai warriors Washizu and Miki are waylaid by a spirit who predicts their futures. When the first part of the spirit's prophecy comes true, Washizu's scheming wife, Asaji, presses him to speed up the rest of the spirit's prophecy by murdering his lord and taking his place. Director Akira Kurosawa's resetting of William Shakespeare's Macbeth in feudal Japan is one of the most acclaimed films. Yes, so it is one of, I believe this is, I could be wrong here, one of 3 Shakespeare adaptations by Akira Kurosawa. I think there might be more. Are there more than 3? Because I know there's this one. There's The Bad Sleep Well, and there is Ron. And Ron is, yes. Ron is, correct me if I'm wrong, that's King Lear? It's been a while. This is Macbeth. Yes, Ron is Lear, and this is Macbeth. Someone asked, how much exposure to Shakespeare have you had? Not a whole lot. I will admit, I am no Shakespeare expert. Do not come here looking for that. We had to do it in high school. Like we read some shit, but I don't think I read it. I've watched a handful of Shakespeare adaptations, Romeo plus Juliet, and also coincidentally the new The Tragedy of Macbeth, directed by Joel Coen. Not to be mistaken with Ethan Coen, who's doing whatever he's doing. But yeah, this is, I will say right off the bat, as a Shakespeare adaptation, and this is coming from someone who's no expert, I think this is one of the most interesting and most effective adaptations that I've seen. Romeo and Juliet. Yes. Ran is past tense run. Thank you. I've been mispronouncing it for years, and I've never known how to do it. Johannes, thank you for the super chat. Toshiro Mifune is so good, dude. It is true. He is one of the many highlights of this thing. Yeah, as far as like other Macbeth adaptations, I have only seen Joel Coen's. Funny enough, this film was gonna come out earlier, but Kurosawa pushed it back because I believe he heard about Orson Welles' adaptation coming out and didn't want it to like clump them together. He also like announced this. He was not going to direct this initially, but ended up doing all three of the Shakespeare adaptations he had planned. I think they were all shot like pretty close to each other. It is, and yeah, it's unessential Kurosawa film. Round of hands, how many was this anyone's first Kurosawa film? I want to see something. If it is, I'm glad that this was the place to push you over the edge, because that's amazing. Me, that's crazy. That's crazy. My second, dude. Dreams was my first, of course. There's always one of those motherfuckers in here. Wait 1 second. Oh, sorry. Changing my camera. I was going to say, I think as a starting point for Kurosawa, this is an excellent place to start. I feel like it gets at a lot of his appeal. Bro, what's wrong with Dreams? There's nothing wrong with Dreams. It's just, I've said this before, it's like a funny place to start because it seems like a very much like kind of a swan song, even though I know it wasn't his actual one, but like it just is a funny place to start. I don't know why. It's both like not really what he did the rest of his career and also like a love letter to a lot of what he was doing in his career. So it's like, I mean, it's still a good entry point is what I'm trying to say. This though, I will say, if this was your first and you're a little bit intimidated by it, this is significantly more, I will say like eerie and psychological than what he usually makes. I saw someone in the Discord say like they watched this, they loved it, and they were like, I need to watch more samurai flicks. And I was just like, yes, there are samurai in this, but this is like not a typical Kurosawa samurai flick in my opinion. Like this is not exactly what I've come to expect from him. I would say if you're looking for that, Hidden Fortress, honestly, in general, I think The Hidden Fortress is the best place to start for Kurosawa. It's the most accessible, kind of lightest samurai adventure entryway that also happens to be incredibly well shot. But this is like, yes, it's a very spiritual movie. I would argue, and I bring this up in my what I watched this month, that it's basically a horror movie. I mean, it's pretty scary and quite disturbing, especially the spirits. I will say, yes, Toshiro Mifune is amazing, but the spirits were fantastic. I love the makeup. I love how glowy they are. I love just the way they move. Like there's that one shot where he's in the woods and she like runs in the background with the trees, and it's like so ghostly and unsettling, and I hate it. I hate looking at it, but goddamn does he know how to frame that shot. I mean, it's so well shot all the way through. But yeah, I guess we will talk about Toshiro Mifune. If you don't know, Toshiro Mifune is kind of Kurosawa's muse. He's in a lot of Kurosawa's films. He's just as good at here as he is in all of them. I honestly, like, thinking about it, I'm trying to think of one. I don't know if I would call this my favorite of his performances, but it's like definitely the most I feel like he overacts out of everything I've seen. I mean, he's like really going for it, but like in a way similar to Possession it's the kind of acting that feels way more like, what's the word? I would say it's like kind of impressionistic and just like more so trying to capture. This is what I was getting at. It's like capturing the mood and the essence of the story more so than it is using the language to adapt it. Sorry. I mean, yeah, it's really like, I thought it was a phenomenal performance. I know some people say he overacts, but okay, my brother was actually having arrows fired at him though. Is that like what? Yes, yeah. I mean, we all act that way in that situation. It's funny. I feel like a trend I've noticed is each BroadKarst movie has kind of like naturally transitioned into the next. Like we went from Possession into Kramer versus Kramer for Divorce. We went from Kramer versus Kramer into All the President's Men for Dustin Hoffman. And then we went from this into Throne of Blood with like Paranoia. Because I feel like the paranoia and the guilt is like such a heavy part of this. And both films are about kind of feeling paranoid and using, you know, film to visually capture that. Great Letterboxd review, by the way. Thank you. I thought it was kind of really stupid. I almost deleted it. For those who don't know, I said something like it's the one movie where being cast as tree number one would actually be pretty cool because there's actual people like trees in the movie. Which is also one of my favorite parts of the film that I'll get to in a second. But no, I thought it was funny going from one paranoia-centered film to another. And this one being like where like the paranoia and that feeling is it's like the focus of the film. I mean, it's the whole appeal in my opinion. I kind of found it hard to follow sometimes, and the samurai stuff wasn't that appealing, but it has some crazy shots, especially with the arrows in the dead body. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I do think like it does prioritize mood and the feeling more than anything. It's not the most like narratively tight film. And I agree, like at the beginning with all the different, you know, towers and different pieces moving together, it's like it's a bit like they throw you right into the thick of it, and I'm kind of like I'm already lost. But I don't really feel like, in my opinion, the film doesn't end up really being so much about that as it is like his mental state and how he like is just slowly breaking down. And then it's kind of like the worst. It's scary because it's like his worst nightmare kind of happens. It's like the arrows thing is so violent and so unstoppable, and I love how he never cuts to the people actually shooting the arrows, you know? It's just on him and the arrows like flying out of frame at him, which gives the idea of them, you know, being shot in the first place kind of a ghostly feel. Like it just feels like it's even more in his head because you don't see the source, which I thought was a really kind of subtle and brilliant way of capturing that. I mean, he's just so good at knowing exactly how to frame these shots. That's, I mean, more than anything, it's the appeal is the cinematography. Exactly, Alexander. It's like there's so many different castles and forts in the beginning that you're like, what the fuck am I? Who am I supposed to? I do agree with that critique. Do you think Kurosawa sometimes breaks the show don't tell rule? I mean, maybe some, not that I can think of. I think he's kind of the master at that. Like he really, I feel like this more than anything else I've seen, he's able to do a lot without any words or language. I mean, it's like, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, the score is very creepy. The score and the way he did the production design I read was very inspired. And this is like the case with a lot of Kurosawa, but it was very inspired by, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, like No Theater, Noh. It's like the traditional Japanese form of theater, which is like much more minimalist and is like, that's kind of what he's going for with a lot of the interiors here. And the like really kind of bare, fluty score which I thought was really interesting for a Macbeth film. Are there things that you genuinely don't like about Kurosawa's movies? Like, I'm not really a fan of his sound. Still love him, though. I mean, I think it is sometimes they are like a product of their time in pacing. Like, sometimes I wish he cut his films a little differently. I'm usually, like, I know that, like, the tension is a huge part of it, but I think a lot of his films kind of, they hold on certain shots a bit longer than I would. That's just my own brain rot getting in the way. But if I had to change anything, if that's like the one thing I was not vibing with, it's that. I don't think that's like a huge issue here, although I do know a few people kind of have that issue. I do not mean to out my girlfriend, but we watched this remotely together, and they fell asleep halfway through, which is like, I don't like, that's not, I don't put it past you. It's kind of a sleepy movie. The sound design is very like probably the slowest film I've ever seen. You like, okay, it is slow for sure. I could think of a few slower ones though. But yeah, no, I mean, I think his to answer the question about my things I genuinely don't like about Kurosawa's movies, I think it all ultimately like plays a part in one another. Like, I think the pace works because of the score or like the tension of the scene, and also the shots are just too beautiful to look at. Like the one I brought it up at the top of the screen at the stream, the one of his body like covered in arrows on the ground. I mean, that's like, I could look at that thing all day. It's beautiful, and it's also like, that's a dead body on the ground, man. Like, I don't know, it's very haunting. It's a great movie, but probably my least favorite Kurosawa. That's fair. I will say it's like, it is crazy. I knew it was a Shakespeare thing, but my expectations going into this was that it was like a by the books samurai film. I thought it was going to be kind of on the same, I don't know why I thought this. I thought it was going to be like Yojimbo. Like, for some reason, I thought it was going to be like way more action packed. And instead I got this fucking like psychological thriller. Not thriller, but like horror movie, basically. I still haven't seen Kagemusha. That's a big one. Favorite scene? I mean, it's hard not to say the iconic final scene. Oh, dude, it's also just so great how they were like, I forget what they were like, you'll know it's okay, or they're like, until the forest starts moving in on the castle, like, you'll be okay, or something like that. And then the fucking forest starts moving in. It's like, it's just so great. Also, something to note, also in that final scene, sorry, before I move on, I love how she's like wiping away this invisible blood on her hands, like she's trying to wash it off her, but there's no blood. I mean, that's just like her performance is phenomenal. And also that scene is just so well executed. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's so great. It's like a very simple way of capturing that, but it just works so well. Yeah, blood on her hands. I was gonna say, I was not aware they shot a lot of this like on. Let me get this right. On an actual mountain. So a lot of that like mist and fog was real, which I guess is unsurprising, but also just crazy how many like natural elements work their way into this. Let me double check this. It was constructed with volcanic soil brought from Fuji so that the ground matched. Yes, the castle exteriors were built and shot on the volcanic slopes of Mount Fuji. It's crazy, man. And apparently it was a very hard film to make, and a lot of people really kind of struggled. Yeah, I mean, The Mist is that's what I will say. That's something to get if this is in any way similar to a lot of other Kurosawa films. It's similar in how beautiful it looks and how much it uses the elements. Like he uses a lot of rain in his other films, which gives the shots so much texture that you don't even like really. It's like kind of a subtle addition to the shot, but it adds a lot of depth to everything he's shooting. He uses rain a lot. I don't think he's ever used mist this much, but I mean that certainly adds a lot of texture to it. Best Mifune performance. I need to let me think on this. I'm gonna look at the filmography just to recap. Yeah, dude, it might be Redbeard. Redbeard is like it's a late one that feels like his most dramatic. It's one of his more dramatic films. Not very samurai, but he's very good in this, I will say. This is up there. I love how different Lady Macbeth interpretations swing her from innocently paranoid all the way to maniacally evil. Dude, I know. I thought the way they did her in this film is just brilliant. I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's like I can't unsee this story. I definitely want to watch more Macbeth. I want to see the Orson Welles one now. There was like another one I forget, but it's like I want to watch more to like see how they differ, but like I feel like this one was so good that I can't unsee this as like the definitive film adaptation. Have you seen Son of Frankenstein? It's so good. I have not. What's the worst part of the film, though? I mean, probably the beginning, honestly. I don't mean to... That's a lazy answer, just saying the ending was the best and the beginning was the worst. But, like, the beginning does kind of, like, throw you into it in a way where, like, I was a little caught off guard and lost. I think it should have started with the spirits, gotten down to business a bit quicker. That is what Ran is, right? I thought it was. Okay, speaking of Kurosawa, nothing to do with this movie, but I wanted to share, and I said this in the Discord, and not that many people cared. I started playing Ghost of Tsushima because my roommate was like, "You should play this game. I heard it's like one of the best games ever made." And I was like, I was really on the fence about it, and then I just went for it and plunged in, and dude, that is one of the best games. And I say it in relation to Kurosawa because there's a literal Kurosawa mode you can turn on where it changes things to black and white with like the grainy footage, and then it like distorts the audio a little bit so that it's kind of crunchy. It's a great game, man. It's so good. I'm having a blast. Kurosawa always starts rough and then blows my mind by the end. He knows how to land a movie for sure. His endings are fucking amazing. Even Dreams, like the first two stories are kind of like, okay, that's cute. And then that movie just fucking like they get darker and darker and like, oh my God, man. The sequence, I've said this before, the sequence of stories in that film is so intentional and takes you down such a tunnel. Is High and Low still your favorite Kurosawa? I think it might be. High and Low is pretty damn good, man. That's just, yeah, that's one where I'm like, I wouldn't change a single thing about it. I think it's perfectly paced, perfectly shot, perfectly acted, thrilling. I've not seen Baby Invasion yet, no. Kurosawa ranked when? Dude, soon, man. I'm honestly getting there. I don't have an overwhelming amount left, so I could do it. Anyway, more on this. Honestly, I will kind of wrap it up soon. That's kind of, like I said, I wish I was more of a Shakespeare expert, because I think it would add a bit more to my experience here, and I would have more to offer as far as like how this interpretation differs. I will say it's interesting seeing one, because like with the tragedy of Macbeth, Joel Coen's, this is the most experience I can add to this. That's like a very, I feel like, direct interpretation, in that like they're actually like speaking in Shakespearean and like use the language a lot more directly. I'm sure, I mean, it's obviously like a very modern take, and stylistically it's pretty out there. Although I will say it's just as like, I'm sure it borrowed a lot from this in like how spacey it feels, and all the fog and whatnot. But like, I think it says a lot how seamlessly Kurosawa was able to like bring this story to the screen and capture its essence, like in feudal Japan, like without having to do any of the like Shakespearean shit. I feel like it's incredible. I find it very impressive, basically. So yeah, I loved this movie. It might be my favorite thing we've watched on the BroadKarst personally. I wanted to bump it up to a 5, but I was like, I gotta wait that one out. There was very little that didn't work for me here, and I was surprised at how much it stood out in his filmography as like, you know, one of his rare horror films. I can't think of another time where he's done something this creepy. And so loved it, man. Loved it. Great film. I highly recommend checking it out. If you have a Criterion subscription, get on it. You seen Gummo, and would you watch Gummo? Unique Vision? I haven't seen Gummo, but I do own the 4K, and I plan to watch it very soon, probably in September, honestly. We're going to do the weekly boxed for sure. We'll do the weekly boxed. Let's check in on the next week's movie. Now that Throne of Blood is done, I gave it a 4.5, by the way, out of 5. And I'll wait until next week's movie, and then we'll rank the updated films on the list. I'm not going to do it quite yet. Is the Criterion Challenge literally just watching all the Criterion movies? Because no, I haven't tried that. That sounds daunting. It looks like it's the French Connection. It looks like we're doing... Damn, dude. I really thought Birth had a chance. I'm not going to lie. Okay. All right. We're going back into... What is this? Is the French Connection the 70s? Let's just confirm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1971. We're going back to the 70s again. With the French Connection. William Friedkin, starring Gene Hackman, Roy Scheider. Iconic film, very important film. Written by Ernest, I kid you not, Tittyman. I know it's not pronounced that way, but we're going to say Tittyman. Let's see, where is it available to watch? You might have to rent it. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, yeah, The French Connection, next week's movie. Let's put it in. Okay. We're going to wrap things up here. I did want to play some Cine 2 Nerdle, but I don't know if we're going to have time. I know usually I go for 3 hours. I have a little bit of energy left, but I don't... Karst, my boy, what's your TIFF lineup? I don't know yet. I know what I want to see. I get my tickets pretty soon, so I will... Actually, by next week, I'll have an update. And then when I'm in TIFF, because I'll be in TIFF on a Wednesday, if it lines up, I'm going to try and do a stream at TIFF. I'm still debating on if I want to do an IRL situation. I think that would be a lot of fun to like go live and walk around TIFF. I don't know how dangerous that is, though. The idea of it is kind of skeeves me out, I'm not going to lie. But... I've been toying with the idea of doing an IRL thing in TIFF because it would be fun for you guys to just be there with me for a little bit and see what it's like. But anyway, Karsten, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like the Cine 2 Nerdle segments because we can't talk with you. That's fair. I wish I could talk to the chat more, but I'm locked in. And I need... Every time I start talking, I end up running out of time, and it's bad. It's bad. Okay. Anyway, Weekly Boxed. Is John here? I'm going to text John and stall. John or Michael. Thoughts on Frisbee dying? What do you mean? Who's Frisbee? What is Frisbee? Okay, we're running the Weekly Boxed. Where's John at? I know, I went modless on the director tier list episode, no less. Okay, we're running it. We'll just hang out until then. Director Mount Rushmore? What are you talking about? Is the stream the same time every week? It is. But I've been like kind of considering switching times, honestly, switching schedule, because a lot of people have complained that it like if it was one person, I'm like, well, we're not going to do the whole thing just for you, but because it seems to be a lot of people, I'm considering switching to like an evening situation, but I don't know yet. Okay, we have a winner. It's user Mustard Tua, as in Hawk Tua, but Mustard Tua. So let me just find their letterbox. We're already off to a great start. Oh no. Yep. We love the Weekly Box, don't we, folks? We really do. Okay. How do I do this again? Okay. We have it. I'm pulling it up. We need to find a better way to do this, man. That is not... What? Did I do this right? Can't believe I've been picked again. I know, I don't want to lose the European audience. That's the issue. Motherfucker. People should have to submit a link to their profile. Honestly, I'm kind of like, we got a very janky system going here. It's not janky, but I don't know how to use Discord at all, and so it's kind of a shit show. But Karsten, what would be your Mount Rushmore of directors? Oh, that's what you meant. For me, Kubrick, Spielberg, Keaton, and Tarkovsky. That's good. I would put Kubrick. No. Well, I would put Spielberg. This is gonna be very basic, but Spielberg, Scorsese, Hitchcock, and John Cassavetes. Okay. I got it. Okay. All right. We are going to do the Weekly Boxed. If you're new here, every week we pick a random Letterboxd user and we pull up their account on stream and we talk about it. We might roast it. We might not. But here it is. Is this person in the chat, by the way? Because you should be ashamed off the bat for whatever the fuck I'm looking at. We have Hall Pass with, is that Jason Sudeikis and Owen Wilson, which I've never even heard of. Marmaduke, Dougal, and Big Mama's House. Sweet baby Jesus. I'll say it, man. No one's had the balls to put Dougal in the top 4 quite yet. So I gotta respect it. I gotta respect Dougal. This guy lives in House. Teen Beach Movie 1 star, Demon Slayer. The Batman movie 4.5. Now that's pretty based, I'm not gonna lie. Dune 3 stars, that's about right. I don't even know where to begin, man. I don't even know how to start talking about this one. Dressed Up as a Banana, clearly not a serious person. Not convinced you've actually watched any of these. What the fuck is Hall Pass? This is the banner they went with, man. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I would just say this is you have taste, or you have a thing. You know what you like. It's not a good thing, but it certainly exists. It's called cinema. Thank you. That was what I was trying to think of. Yeah. Cronenberg watch listed though. Yeah, you got. You're like, I love Dougal and Marmaduke. Let me dive into Cronenberg's filmography. What's Up? Ratatouille? I've heard of Ratatouille. I've never heard of What's Up. That's crazy. Clearly an anime enjoyer. Nothing wrong with that. No one should watch list this, man. Like, I haven't seen it, and I should probably get around to it, but I would never willingly put this in my watch list. Dragon Ball Evolution. I heard that's like one of the worst movies of all time. Kramer versus Kramer. Right next to Freddy Got Fingered. Dude, you're seeking them out. Finding Jesus? Fern Gully? What the fuck is Fern Gully? Can we get this guy on the cast? I know, I want to talk to him. It's a very confusing. You want to keep things interesting. I'll tell you that much. This is a crazy person. Yeah, you asked me what my Mount Rushmore is. It's this. It's this right here. Yeah, I would follow any of this person's recommendations. They have a vision. Seal of disapproval. Let's see. Nice. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with any of this. I haven't seen It Ends With Us. Was this really bad? I guess it was. Damn. Yeah. Avatar doesn't deserve that much, man. It doesn't need to be. It shouldn't be in the company of these folks. 2024 ranked. Transformers 1. The Wild Robot 2nd. Ted, man? You put Ted over Longlegs? Alright, man. Are these all the movies you watched? Who are you? Who are you? I'm if you can't tell, I feel like the profile speaks for itself. It's just asking for this, man. It was built with the goal of being on the Weekly Boxed. And I hope it's happy to be here. Hilariously bad. Fantastically bad even. Say that again? All right. Well, Rami, thank you. Thank you. Or should I say Discord user Mustard Tua? I appreciate it. Thank you for the quality boxed. Okay. Guys, I'm about done. My face hurts. This was a fun stream. I hope we are all feeling okay about that tier rank. I keep calling it tier rank, tier list. Oh my God. I need to go take a bath or something. Go for a walk. Touch some grass. This person owns a scooter for sure. Damn, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay. I think that's all I got. I got a new video coming out this week on, it'll be my What I Watched in August, but it's going to be my viewers tell me what to watch for a month. And many fun reviews for that. A new review for Interstellar, new review for Inglourious Bastards in there. Definitely worth checking out. And yeah, I'll see about cutting together that director's tier list section. But maybe no one needs to see that again. No one needs to go through that again, so maybe not. Okay, why so many rewatches? It'll all make sense. Hope you guys enjoyed. Go watch a movie. Go watch a good movie. And take care of yourselves. Drink water. Go outside. All that jazz.